Hello, everybody. I'm John Evans, and you're watching another episode of Mid-Mod Money, the show that teaches you how to buy and sell vintage items for a profit. Thanks for tuning in. That's the key part of that sentence. Buy and sell. You can't keep everything that you find. I mean, I'm a collector, but, what are you going to do with it all? So, a couple things real quick. One of my friends slash subscribers made me a three-dimensional Mid-Mod Money logo TV. Look at that. Even the shiny screen on there. That is really great. And thank you, Caitlin, for that. That is a lovely, lovely addition to the Mid-Mod Money family. So I want to do a massive, 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 massive haul today. And I'm not going to mince words. I may have had the best single day I've ever had thrift store shopping ever in my life. Now, I might have found things worth more money, but this was what someone with a gambling addiction must feel like when they're completely winning and in the zone and winning. And that's what it felt like. It felt like everywhere I went, I was finding amazing, truly amazing things. So I want to get to this thrift store haul. And of course, at the end of this episode, we find out who wins this month's free vintage giveaway through the miracle of the Mid-Mod Money prize wheel. So yeah, we're doing this at the end, but you are not going to want to miss a second of this. We're going to burn through this haul, which is, let's just start. We're going to do it chronologically too. That's another thing. This is going to be a lot of bio information. First thing I found, this at a church garage sale. It had a $6 price tag. I said, would you take $5 for this? And she said, since you're the second person I've seen all day, no, I'm going to hold on to it. And I said, well, you know what? I'll give you the 6. That's fair. Because this is a $30 to $35 purse. Vintage. 70s. Wow. And then I was looking at other stuff she had. She had this game, which is you make these mosaic, these, optic art looking things in here. This is probably an early 80s game. She said she'd take 2 for it. I'm going to sell it for $12 and make $10. Then I go to Christian Crossing. They open up at 10 o'clock. I find these 3 smoke brown bowls. Smoke brown. Archipel, France. A nesting set of 3 Archipel, France bowls. They're worth $30. I paid $1.50 and $50. So what is that? $2? Archipel, France. I thought it might be Pyrex. It was not. Next thing I found, same place, Christian Crossing. This, can you hear that? He's got a little bell there. This cat was a quarter, hand painted. I'm gonna sell it for $9. I'm gonna make $8.75 off of a carved, wooden, painted, adorable kitty cat with the bell. Next thing I found. Okay, so am I out of there? No, I found one more thing at Christian Crossing. Let's get this right. We're doing this in order. Did somebody say boho? Because this is boho as hell, as my girlfriend said. It's got the two-tone kind of plastic frame, these flowers. We're slapping $32 on this, and it will go. This is a very, very 70s addition to the Mid-Mod Money world. Next thing I found. Where are we at? We're on our way. We're actually taking stuff. I was going to my booth to put a tub of new stuff in Cumberland, Maryland. It's a indoor flea market. Queen City Indoor Flea Market in Cumberland. If you're there, check out my booth. But on my way, I stopped at all the thrift stores. Grantsville, Maryland. Hello. I found this miniature. Looks like a coat rack, brass coat rack, but it's for jewelry, rings, bracelets, the like. A necklace, if you will. This was $1.50. And I'm telling you, I'm going to get 18 bucks for this in my booth. Easily. $18. Brass. Nice, nice, nice coat rack. But it's a jewelry stand. All right. Next thing I found at Goodwill. No, wait. Backtrack. I go by a church garage sale. I was also picking up auction stuff, which next week we're going to have our debut of auction stuff. I found 2 albums. Mom's Mabley, Johnny Cash, Man in Black, and this giant syroco. I take it up front. I say, how much? And she said, oh, everything's free. And I said, well, can I make a donation? She goes, oh, no, God bless you. So God gave me a $18 syroco wall sconce and $14 worth of albums that I'm going to put in my booth at the Antique Mall. Thank you. Oh, also at Highland, hand-painted oil on board, vintage, $1.50. It's 12 bucks. So I'm going to make 10 bucks there. Now I'm at Goodwill. We're past Grantsville. Now we're in Frostburg, Maryland. Goodwill. I found this nice vase. Reason I bought it was only $2 and obviously has good age on it. So to me, it's like a $14, $12 thing in my booth. It's got great color, kind of a drip. Very nice. Next thing I found was this giant green glass, I don't know, goblet. This was $3. It needs to be vinegared or something because it's got a film on it. Probably had water sitting in it. Who knows what. But this is really, really nice old glass. It's probably $20 worth, so I'm going to make $17 off of that. Now, I noticed at the next thrift store I went to in LaVale, they had this at the Goodwill in LaVale, Maryland. This Rice Krispies Snap, Crackle, Pop. I do so good with these recipe boxes. Every colorful one I've ever had, I've sold. This is about a $20 recipe box. 1981. This is 42 years old. Look at this. Snap, Crackle, Pop. It's like a little house. But standing in line, I bought this, and then I noticed in the glass case, this is where it gets interesting, I found this. It's a planter. Someone probably did this in a studio or something in the 70s, 80s, something like that. But, or, you know, might even, I don't think it's earlier than that, but I would say 70s. But this was $6. I think it's about $30, 28 bucks. I'm probably going to get out of this psychedelic looking planter. And as I'm carrying these items out, I look over to the left, and on a shelf, what do my eyes see? I didn't see it walking in, but I sure saw them walking out. My. Look at that. Goodwill, 6 and 6. Ellie Smith, Moon and Stars. I had the huge one a couple weeks ago, the biggest orange one you can get. And now I found this one, which is going to sell for about $37. This one, which is going to sell for around $28, $29. Beautiful color, no cracks, no chips. And I didn't see them. I walked in, did not see them. As I'm walking out with the stuff I purchased, I'm like, I had to get back in line. Worth it. So after this, I'm finally in about Cumberland, and I've already found all this stuff. I'm starting to think this is one of the best thrift days I've ever experienced. And walking into the Queen City, they let people set up like their own little garage sale thing. Like give them a square and they put a bunch of stuff on it. Lady had this bowl. I think it's Fire King. Or wait, no, it's Federalist. This is a Federalist bowl. I think that's what it is. It's about a $24 bowl. I asked how much she wants. $2. And then she goes, that, you know, that's real old. And I was like, I knew that, lady. That's why I'm buying it off of you for $2 and selling it for $24. Inside, I bought things off dealers at the Queen City. I found this for $7. This slag glass orange ashtray. Perfect. These sell for about $28. I bought this off a dealer for $7. Thank you very much. But not as shocking. I mean, more shocking, I guess, is what I meant. I found this. Same dealer. Empoli glass. Oh my gosh. Decanter. This is a, what do they call that? Age of Aquarius deals. It's got all the signs of the zodiac, doesn't it? And it's got a topper. On eBay, people ask $60 without the topper. This is probably a $75 Italian glass decanter in amber color. I'd prefer it to be blue, green, but to find this for $7, this is worth $75. Are you kidding? So I took care of my business at Queen City, and I'm driving home. I see a garage sale. I stop. I say, how much for this? She says $5. I don't know that this is Fenton, but I know Fenton makes stuff like this. Very beautifully hand painted. No chips, no cracks. To me, it's probably almost a $30 little urn there. I don't know if that's a biscuit jar. I think it is a biscuit jar. Some controversy a few weeks ago with the ginger jar. That's a biscuit because of the form, the flatness. It doesn't go. All right, $5. I didn't even challenge that. So I found all of these things. Did I leave anything out? Yes, at the Goodwill in, I think, Frostburg, maybe. These mid-century modern chickens. And I'm telling you, these guys are very, very 1960s. MCM. This is what you want to see. This is so freaking cool. Very old, as you can see on the bottom. Super aged. $4 each. They say Japan and nothing else. So they are almost in perfect shape. One of them's beak has a tiny, tiny little nick in it. That front one right there. But other than that, man, these are sharp. And I think if they were perfect, they'd be closer to 50, 55 even. I'm probably going to say 40 to me, but I only paid $8, so still good money. I'm literally cooking. Now, my girlfriend a few weeks ago had told me about, quote unquote, the heaviest glasses she'd ever held in her hand. And I didn't know what she meant by that. I mean, I knew what she meant by that, but I said, why would a glass be heavy? That doesn't make any sense to me. So I remembered it was in between maybe LaVale and Frostburg, this place called like This and That thrift store. Super obscure, or maybe odds and ends. I think it's This and That. So I go in there, and I'm just looking for a heavy glass, and I find this, along with, what do we got? 7 more? 7 more. He wrapped every one of them. This heavy, almost bullet-looking glass, and I would love if someone out there would care to silently to themselves guess what kind of glasses these are. My girlfriend called them goblets initially, and really heavy. I cannot express that enough, how like absurdly heavy they are. And then as the guy's wrapping up, they were 8 of them for $7.50. And the guy said these were Sunday glasses in an old like a ice cream parlor, like heavy, like vintage 50s, 60s, like milkshake Sunday. People call them different things, but they're not very common, and the old heavy ones like this, they're worth about $10 each. So on eBay, you'd sell a pair of these for $20. So I just bought 8 for $8. I'm going to sell each pair for $20 because you don't see them like the ones online. Very hard to find, obscure, and you're not going to sell 8 of them together. Why would you need 8? You wouldn't need 8 Sunday glasses or malt glasses, I don't think. All right, now we're ready. We're down to, before we end this, on my way home, there's only one thrift store after I found all these things that's still open at 5:15 p.m. in Oakland, where I live, and it's the Goodwill. I went in there with all this stuff in my car, looked over on a shelf, and what did I find? But 2 Empoli decanters in the amber color, and the price $9 each. Stoppers, perfect. Cracks, none. Chips, none. 2 of them next to each other. See, one was 12 and one was 9. And the guy said, I don't know why they did that. You can have them both for 9. And that's how I came to acquire these 2. These are worth $75 a piece. If these were in blue, they'd be $100. If they were green, they'd be $100. But I'll take $75 each on the Empoli, Italy decanters from the 1960s and probably early 70s, if we're being honest. So let's look what I spent. I spent, how about that? $96 total. $96 on everything when it's all said and done. Through my booths mostly. Probably some eBay this time around. I'm looking at $678. Whew! $678. One single day. Hour and a half there, hour and a half back. $670, almost $600 of profit this week. One day. Crazy show. So you can do it too. Hit that like button, you guys. I can't believe I spend as much time as I do on this. Who's gonna win this trivet? 62 subscribers commented. You're in the prize wheel. I wish you the best of luck. Let's rock and roll. A.A. Wagner, new to the show, new subscriber, I think. A.A. Wagner, you have won the trivet from Japan, 1970s, I believe. Email me, midmodmoney@gmail.com. Give me your address. I will ship this to you for free. Thanks for watching my program, everybody. Hit that like button. And remember, most importantly, always round up.